Welcome to our video on the top 5 legal considerations for small business owners. Starting a small business can be an exciting and rewarding experience, but it also comes with a lot of legal responsibilities. In this video, we will discuss the top 5 legal considerations that every small business owner should be aware of. The first legal consideration for small business owners is choosing the right business structure. There are several types of business structures, including sole proprietorship, partnership, limited liability company LLC, and corporation. Each structure has its own advantages and disadvantages, and it's important to choose the one that best fits your business needs. A sole proprietorship is the simplest and most common type of business structure. It's easy to set up and maintain, but the owner is personally liable for all business debts and obligations. A partnership is similar to a sole proprietorship, but it involves 2 or more owners. Partnerships can be general partnerships, where all partners share in the profits and losses, or limited partnerships, where some partners have limited liability. An LLC is a hybrid business structure that combines the liability protection of a corporation with the tax benefits of a partnership. It's a popular choice for small businesses because it offers flexibility and protection for the owners. A corporation is a separate legal entity from its owners, which means that the owners are not personally liable for the business debts and obligations. However, corporations are subject to more regulations and formalities than other business structures. Choosing the right business structure is an important decision that can have long-term legal and financial implications. It's important to consult with a lawyer or accountant to determine which structure is best for your business. That concludes the first segment of our video on the top 5 legal considerations for small business owners. Stay tuned for the next segment, where we will discuss the importance of contracts and agreements. Welcome back to our video on the top 5 legal considerations for small business owners. In the first segment, we discussed the importance of choosing the right business structure. In this segment, we will discuss the importance of contracts and agreements. Contracts and agreements are essential for small businesses. They establish the terms and conditions of a business relationship and help to protect the interests of all parties involved. Some common types of contracts and agreements that small businesses may need include employment contracts. These establish the terms and conditions of employment for employees, including compensation, benefits, and job duties. Service contracts. These establish the terms and conditions of a service agreement between a business and a client, including the scope of work, payment terms, and deadlines. Non-disclosure agreements. These protect confidential information and trade secrets by prohibiting employees, contractors, or other parties from disclosing sensitive information. Partnership agreements. These establish the terms and conditions of a partnership between 2 or more businesses, including the division of profits and losses, decision-making authority, and dispute resolution. It's important to have contracts and agreements reviewed by a lawyer to ensure that they are legally binding and enforceable. A lawyer can also help to identify any potential legal issues and provide guidance on how to address them. In addition to contracts and agreements, small businesses should also be aware of any applicable regulations and laws that may affect their operations. This includes employment laws, tax laws, and industry-specific regulations. That concludes the second segment of our video on the top 5 legal considerations for small business owners. Stay tuned for the next segment, where we will discuss the importance of protecting intellectual property. Welcome back to our video on the top 5 legal considerations for small business owners. In the first 2 segments, we discussed the importance of choosing the right business structure and having contracts and agreements in place. In this segment, we will discuss the importance of protecting intellectual property. Intellectual property refers to creations of the mind, such as inventions, literary and artistic works, and symbols, names, and images used in commerce. Small businesses may have various types of intellectual property that need to be protected, including trademarks. These protect words, phrases, symbols, or designs that identify and distinguish a business's products or services from those of others. Patents. These protect inventions such as machines, processes, and chemical compositions. Copyrights. These protect original works of authorship, such as books, music, and software. Trade secrets. These protect confidential information that gives a business a competitive advantage, such as customer lists, manufacturing processes, and formulas. Protecting intellectual property is important for small businesses because it can help to prevent others from using or copying their ideas and creations. This can help to maintain a competitive advantage and increase the value of the business. To protect intellectual property, small businesses should consider registering trademarks, patents, and copyrights with the appropriate government agencies. They should also have non-disclosure agreements in place to protect trade secrets and confidential information. In addition to protecting their own intellectual property, small businesses should also be aware of any potential infringement on the intellectual property of others. This includes avoiding the use of copyrighted material without permission and ensuring that their products or services do not infringe on the trademarks or patents of others. That concludes the third segment of our video on the top 5 legal considerations for small business owners. Stay tuned for the next segment, where we will discuss the importance of complying with employment laws. Welcome back to our video on the top 5 legal considerations for small business owners. In the first 3 segments, we discussed the importance of choosing the right business structure, having contracts and agreements in place, and protecting intellectual property. In this segment, we will discuss the importance of complying with employment laws. Small businesses that have employees must comply with various federal, state, and local employment laws. These laws govern various aspects of the employment relationship, including hiring and firing practices, minimum wage and overtime requirements, employee benefits, such as health insurance and retirement plans, workplace safety and health regulations, anti-discrimination and harassment laws. Small businesses must also comply with various record-keeping and reporting requirements, such as maintaining employee files and submitting payroll taxes. Non-compliance with employment laws can result in legal penalties, fines, and lawsuits. It's important for small businesses to stay up to date on the latest employment laws and regulations and to seek legal advice if they have any questions or concerns. Small businesses can also take steps to prevent employment-related legal issues by implementing clear policies and procedures, providing regular training to employees, and conducting regular audits of their employment practices. That concludes the 4th segment of our video on the top 5 legal considerations for small business owners. Stay tuned for the final segment, where we will discuss the importance of having a plan for legal disputes. Welcome back to our video on the top 5 legal considerations for small business owners. In the first 4 segments, we discussed the importance of choosing the right business structure, having contracts and agreements in place, protecting intellectual property, and complying with employment laws. In this final segment, we will discuss the importance of having a plan for legal disputes. Despite taking all the necessary precautions, small businesses may still find themselves involved in legal disputes. These disputes can arise from various sources, such as breach of contract, employment-related issues, or disputes with customers or vendors. It's important for small businesses to have a plan in place for handling legal disputes. This plan should include identifying potential legal issues and risks, establishing clear policies and procedures for addressing legal disputes, designating a point person or team to handle legal disputes, establishing a budget for legal expenses, identifying potential legal resources, such as lawyers or mediators. Having a plan in place can help small businesses to minimize the impact of legal disputes and to resolve them in a timely and cost-effective manner. In addition to having a plan for legal disputes, small businesses should also consider obtaining liability insurance to protect against potential legal claims. That concludes our video on the top 5 legal considerations for small business owners. We hope that this information has been helpful in understanding the legal responsibilities that come with starting and running a small business. Thank you for watching.